Hey NBA 2K MyLeague fans, I am back with another NBA 2K MyLeague Expansion Series video with those Cincinnati Lions. And in this video, with the trade deadline looming, we have decided to make some moves. So I'm going to go through the thinking behind the moves that we made and what we were thinking before we made the moves. And then we got some highlights. We always try and put some highlights in the video. We got a game against the Clippers where we're going to take a look at one of the third leading vote getters in the All-Star voting in the Western Conference from the Clippers. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Coach 2K. If you want to learn how to play my league, you're going to want to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified whenever I upload anything new, so you don't miss a single NBA 2K video I put out. I'll put a link to the beginning of the series. You got to catch every episode to learn all about the fictional My League here. Alright, so on the trading block, as you guys know, Byron Dantley, he's probably the guy that we would really love to pick up in the offseason. So it does make sense, since he's on an expiring contract, to see if maybe we could trade for him here before the trade deadline. And those are some of the other guys that we're interested in terms of people that have expiring contracts. If you're not familiar with Byron Dantley, I used him in my original fictional My League series where I rebranded all the teams. The guy's a monster, 94 rated overall. He's the perfect age, and I think he's second or third in scoring in this file. He plays for the Indiana Pacers. So while we'd love to have him on our team, right now the Pacers consider Byron Dantley untradeable. And when we originally started the season, the Pacers really were in the bottom of the league. And then they finally turned it around, and they're like second in the Eastern Conference now. So the likelihood they're going to trade him is pretty small. And 13 teams in the offseason right now are targeting him as somebody that they want to sign to their team. So competition for Dantley is tough, even for this offseason, I think. So looking at the guys on our bench, all those guys want to re-sign that have expiring deals. Our oldest guy on the roster is Darren Pack. And Darren Pack, he's 33 years old, and his deal ends this year too. And while we love Darren Pack, I don't see signing him to a big deal next year. We're going to have room under the cap next year. We'd really like to get Freeman Frazier off of the payroll because we're paying him so much money, but the likelihood we can dump his contract without cheating seems kind of unfair to the CPU. Some guys that are young that are around the league that we really like. The first one was a guy named Bison Pierce, and he's a center, 7-foot center. He was a monster, and I really like him. Then there's Oleg Orelic. I'm not sure how to say his name, from Croatia. He's a 70 rated center. He's 19 years old, playing for the Clippers. Dago Adebayo. There's been some trade rumors about him, and so he's certainly somebody that we want to take a look at. He's 20 years old, 68 rated overall. There was another guy named Tevin Bayless. We liked him too. He plays for the Heat. He's 7'2". As you can tell, we got some big men that make good prospects in this league, and I love having guys that are big up front. But we've got some other guys too. Glenn Hendricks, he's a shooting guard, small forward from Washington, playing for the Raptors, 6'6". He's got some size, a good lob city finisher, 79 rated overall. He's a guy that we thought we could trade for. Another Clipper here, Donnell Jenks, 6'7", shooting guard, small forward, with a couple Hall of Fame badges, lob city finisher and posterizer. And we really like him as well. And then there's a guy named Brandon Ollie, 22 years old, a point guard. We could use a good defensive point guard. And he's got some size, I think. Was he 6'4" from UCLA? So anyway, we got to talking to the Clippers because two of those guys played for the Clippers, Donnell Jenks and Oleg Orelic. And so we offered them a trade with Darren Pack and Manuel Garcia. And it's a valid trade. And while we'd hate to get rid of Pack for sure, we don't really mind too much getting rid of Garcia. The Clippers decided to agree to our trade, and Pack has moved on and now is a Los Angeles Clipper. And we have added some young talent to the team. The trade was received well, we thought, on social media, as the youth movement has begun in Cincinnati. So we feel like we got a pretty good core here. This is a look at Donnell Jinks' contract. I decided to go in and fix his contract. You can see the player options, the team options weren't quite set right. So I went in and fixed that. I haven't fixed it for everybody league-wide. I kind of screwed up when I fixed Oleg's here. I just added an extra year. I need to move that back up to 2022, that team option. So I will work on fixing that later, but I wanted to let you know that when they're on my team, I fix their contracts. And then when we're getting ready to play the Clippers, our next opponent, we got offered a trade from the Hornets for a guy named Eddie Drew to take Winston Stackhouse off of our hands. And Winston Stackhouse is an 80 rated overall, 6'8" power forward, small forward. And so we really like the idea of maybe using Eddie Drew at power forward. He's got a good shot from 3, 83 rated overall, which is excellent for our team. We need some extra 3-point shooting. And his contract is pretty reasonable. We were paying Stackhouse like $11 million. He's last year's deal. And so we decided to agree to this trade, even though we didn't give it much thought. We just thought, how can we turn down such a solid player, especially that's also pretty young? And so that trade went down, and we have added 3 new guys. And on social media, people are kind of surprised the Hornets would part with Eddie Drew, and they're questioning the move. But we'll see what happens. We did fix his contract too, to fix his team option. And so we got Eddie Drew. You can see he's 24 years old, from Kentucky. And so we had to make some changes to how we're going to use the rotation. You can see everybody's kind of on fire here. You might remember Zhang put up 70 or 87 points. And look at the bench, 4 of the guys on the bench. So we're going to have to experiment. We're going to have to figure out how to use these guys. Team chemistry plummeted from 79 to 52%. All right, so the Clippers are next. Zaire Bell is their best player. He's 85 rated overall. He's a shooting guard from Duke. And this guy is one of the leading vote getters out west. He is playing injured. He's got a sore calf muscle that's injured, pulled left calf muscle. He is day to day, but you'll see in our game that he's actually kind of nursing that while he's playing the game. Another guy that plays well for them is Hassan Ratliff, a point guard from Connecticut, from UConn, 71 rated overall. So those guys are in the backcourt. And then you got Eric Rice Jr. with a Hall of Fame catch and shoot. And he's from LSU, from the small forward spot. This guy can shoot, and he had some range. I was a little bit surprised. So anyway, you can see Zhang's average here. He's up to 19 points a game after really putting up some points here recently. And Zaire Bell, here's a look at him. 19.4 points a game, 6 rebounds. As we are in the Staples Center, we decided to keep Billups at center. We thought about bringing in the 19-year-old Oleg and maybe moving Drew over. But we decided to keep Billups in the starting lineup and bring Oleg in off of the bench because of his youth. Here's our first shot from Drew, and he knocks it down. Way to go, Drew. And, as we get the rebound there and put it in, now I've got to do the relearning process to figure out how I want to use these guys. And so this is probably going to take me a few games. And you see Darren Pack using the 3 against us for the first time, as he scores for the first time for the Clippers. And he did it against his former team. There's Eddie Drew scoring again. I'll have to figure out how to use these guys. It's probably going to take me a few games. and we're 3 games under 500. We're still before the All-Star break. We need to go on some sort of winning streak here. You see Billups on that slam dunk as he does an awesome job finishing on the break here. There, I thought we played pretty good D, but Ratliff still got it in on the layup. Look at Billups here. He gets inside. Billups has got some pretty good size. And we're going to find Zhang for the 3 in transition. And he gives us the lead 13-11. But look at that inside. They find Pack again. And we'll miss Pack. I really liked him. In fact, I didn't really want to trade anybody, but I thought it would make the series a little more interesting to you guys. Look at that. There's Bell nursing that calf muscle. And I thought, too, that this is a good core group, a good set of young guys we can start with. And then in the draft, coming up in the offseason, we'll have to kind of figure out who we want to target. As you see, I got him smothered there, Ratliff, and he still gets a shot. Look at this. Nice dunk to the 19-year-old Oleg Orelic. Look at that slam dunk off the alley-oop. And he's going to score on the fast break, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to show some emotion. Hey, he seems excited. We got shoved off there. But Chaney, is that Chaney? Chaney gets the rebound, puts it in. And Bonzi Harris. You know, Bonzi Harris, he's in demand around the league. There's 3 or 4 teams that are interested in Bonzi Harris as Chaney gets another slam dunk. So it's possible we might make one more move before the season, the trade deadline is here. As you see, Zhang with the lay-in as he gets inside. A little more defense in this game. But look at Chaney again with another dunk inside as the game is close. Is that oh, that's Eric, but he missed that one. But Chaney with the rebound, because we had a tough time on the offensive rebounds in this game. And Chaney was one of the reasons why, as he converts the N1 to give him a 3-point lead. But look at this dunk by Jinx as he uses the screen. That's one of the things that we liked about him. And also Oleg, as they were really athletic. And they had a lot of potential there. As you see Bell getting inside. He's going to go back out to Garcia. Garcia, who can shoot. We found out he can shoot. He knocks down the 3 from the corner there. And the Clippers are starting to get a lead here. As you see Drew knock down a 3 to try and bring us closer. And there is, I forget his name. But look at Zhang. Inside, he gets it to roll in, he gets the foul, and we're trying to stay close here as Zhang converts the and one. A little bit struggle to figure out who the go-to guy was and to learn the plays that I've got set up for these new players. So we'll probably have to spend some time in scrimmage mode there. I thought we played some pretty good D, but they drew the foul, and he's going to go to the line, and he's going to convert the and one. And here, another play here, as this time Jenks goes on the other side with a dunk. And he's really athletic. We got to get him some plays where we can get him above the rim, get some alley-oops, start playing like Omar Swift and Odin and all those guys. As we close out, Bell, look at that. Look at that. He's still nursing that leg. Oh, here's a good play. Look at this alley-oop to Billups with the monster dunk. Look at that. Nice job by Billups as he finishes it at the rim. And they get inside on the other end and score. And look at this. They're going to find Pack underneath. Pack's going to score inside. Our defense is pretty porous here. Into the first half, as you see, Ratliff get inside past our defense. He's going to bury the mid-range jumper at half. We'd be up 50. They'd be down. We'd be down 52-46. We're shooting okay, but we're turning the ball over a little too much. And Eddie Drew, leading us in scoring in the first half, his first game as a Lion. And Billups with the offensive rebound, crashing the glass. He'd end up with 17 rebounds in this game. That's a career high and also a franchise record, as Thabit scores and gives them a 6-point lead. And we're getting Jinx again. Look at that athleticism with another dunk. Going to the rim off of the screen on the side. Yeah, I like that. So, and there's Bell again. That must be a good spot for him. Look at that. He's really hurting, but it's not affecting his play. It's at the beat with the dunk, the reverse dunk there as he goes in. And here we shovel it to Billups, who on the pick and roll scores. And look at that. God, I can't remember that guy's name. I'm horrible at names sometimes. But he's the guy that can shoot. Look at Billups there. He's scoring inside off of the alley-oop. That's what we need to get with the other two guys on the team. And Ratliff knocks down a three. And, we're going to go to the baseline again with Jenks. And Jenks hits a layup this time. And look at Bell, man. He is just killing us all over the floor. And now they got a 7-point lead. And Rice Jr., that's that guy's name, Eric Rice Jr., showing off his three-point shooting ability in this game as he hit several on us to give them a jump on us. There we got a 12-point lead now as they get inside and convert the and one. They would kill us on the offensive glass here. This always amazes me how well the CPU can use you against yourself and the other players to get good open shots. I can never do that. I can never do that. Although, I say that as I get a wide open slam dunk. But look at that. Is that Jenks going inside? He finishes. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Bell from the top. And we got Zhang coming back and firing in a three of his own as we're still down by 11. But look at this. Nice finish by the young fella, 0002. And here he's going to score inside again off of the pick and roll. And we're going to see a lot of that. I mean, the guy's 19 years old. We got a good young core group now. Nice screen here. We should have changed our setting. We were going under the screens on the off screen. We probably should have changed that. Look at the Zing here, doing it against them, coming right back to get another three. And Zing, while he didn't score as many points as he did last time, here we are in the fourth quarter, and we're starting to try and make a little bit of a run. And he gets the M1 opportunity, brings us within 4. But Rice Jr., again, using the screen and from distance, finishes there. We got good defense again. And Ratliff, man, he didn't care. He still puts it in as they score on the break. And we got close, and then they pushed it back up to 10-point lead. And we got to make another push here. We find Zhang cutting to the basket. Nobody in the paint. And he slams it. And you can see the team chemistry, not what it was. Everybody just kind of sitting on the bench going, yeah, I'm here. So that's our number one priority going forward, is to get the team back up to high chemistry here. Look at Zhang with another three. And now we're only down 1 here as they find him in the corner. Ratliff buries it. And that was a big shot there as it puts him up by 4. Look at Jenks, though. Jenks scores off of that screen on the left-hand side. And look at Bell, man. Bell scores again, puts him up by 4 again. But we're going back to that one play that we know works. We can get Jenks open and get him to the rim. Because once he gets to the rim, I mean, with nobody in front of him, I mean, he's going to score just like this. And he gets fouled this time. And has a chance to bring us to within 1, and now we're within 1. We've been fighting all game to get back in this. And Jenks with the lay-in off the glass. And now we got the lead. We're up 100-99. And we got a little action there on the bench. Zing gets in behind the defense. And now we're up by 3. And we took a bad shot, and it led to a Bell 3. He's still hurting. And now it's a tie game, and we turned it over on the other end. And they scored. Rice Jr. put them up by 2. And here we weren't sure what to do. We get it to Billups, and he gets his shot blocked. And that would pretty much seal our fate, as we would lose our first game with the new guys on the team. 106-102, and you can see there the offensive rebound, 17. 10 second chance points, not as many as I thought. But from 3, I mean, they hit 11 threes to our 5. But their leading scorer was Sire Bell, 32. He was 5 of 15 from 3, but Rice Jr., I mean, I thought he shot better from out in the three-point line. But I guess he didn't. But he was there with Ratliff. Those guys were the top 3 scorers. There's Cheney. He had that one stretch where he was pretty active, and that pretty much helped seal our loss, as Zhang had 27 in the loss. He was 4 for 12 from 3, but Jinx and Drew both had 19. There you can see Billups had a strong double-double with 17 rebounds. See Hood down there with 10 assists. Billups had 4 offensive rebounds. He's crashing the offensive glass. He's a rebounding 4. That's what he's known for. Alright, so we're still 4 games under 500. We got to make a push, but we're only a game and a half out of playoff contention. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the moves, and how you think I ought to incorporate these guys in the lineup going forward as we start to push towards the All-Star break. I'm Coach 2K. I'll see you on the court in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.